So obviously, you know, you got to look at other sort of ways to understand love as well. You know, you can't just look at movies. Like a parent's relationships are a real sort of model for how we base our own relationships. And you know, like you know, your mum and dad's relationship, as gross as it is, it's kind of the model that we use, isn't it? And I've not learned a huge amount about love from my mum and dad, particularly my dad. He's quite closed off. He will express love to my mum, but he does it by saying things like, "You do know, if anyone ever hurt you, I'd kill them. Happy birthday." I'm amazed that the bakery will even make such an aggressive cake. Every year they do it. So yeah, that's a weird old time, isn't it? People, after a breakup, people try and tell you to be positive, and that's, you know, it's well-meaning advice, but it's not always the best advice, right? Actually, I think you've got to lean into the moping, right? You've got to go with the sad bits, because you'll try and be positive, but it won't work out. You just end up sat about in your pants, procrastinating. I got really into box sets of wine. It's not a box, though, is it? It's a bag. We all know that. It's a bag of wine. The box just slows you down, right? The bag makes the whole thing portable, which is the best thing about it. But we, as a society, are missing out on that because we've decided that it's not acceptable to suck wine from a bag with a tap on it. And I say in 2019, why the hell not? So yeah, a very anxious person. All kinds of different things make me anxious. I'm worried that I'm a bad person for no real reason. But there's a term within the psychiatric community for worrying that you're a bad person for no real reason, which is Catholicism. But I'm not Catholic. I wasn't raised in any sort of religious way. And you know, like when I say I feel like I worry I'm a bad person, I don't mean I'm some sort of disgusting, terrible, irredeemable wretch like, you know, like Kim Jong-un or David Walliams. I mean more like I feel like, you know, I should just do more for the groups I care about. You know, I talk a good game, but, you know, I don't do enough. Like, I went on a gay pride march once, but if I'm completely honest, it's because he used to live in Brighton and needed milk and it was on the way. You know, I'm not exactly giving up my bone marrow for that one, am I? So, yeah. I worry about the state of the world as well, you know. Obviously, the world's falling apart, and it looks like we're going to have to just cut back on the way we live. And that's going to be weird, especially for single people, right? Because if we have to go back to a time before smartphones, that's going to be so strange for single people, right? Because, you know, like our parents' generation, or even before that, a lot of the time, they used to meet in supermarkets, right? How weird is that they would meet in supermarkets? Our generation, they don't know how to do that. What do? Like, just pick up an aubergine and go, to somebody? Not equipped for that at all. But obviously this is an opportunity as well to you know, just have some new experiences as well. So I've decided to try and become a sex person. Do you have any sex people here? You know, just one over there. One over there as well. Well, it should work out well for you guys. Yeah, you know what I mean by sex people? The type of people where, like, they have a threesome on the way to work, and they're like, you're a weirdo because that doesn't happen to you. Sex people, you know? People that have threesomes. Anyone here have threesomes? It's not me trying to set one up. I mean, I'm not doing that, but it's not my sort of primary motivation. People that have threesomes, they always say the same thing about them, right? Which is like, you know what it's like with threesomes. Just sort of happen, don't they? And they really fucking don't, do they? Like, I have done a lot of different things this week, and at no point has a gangbang just erupted underneath me because I happen to be sat in a trio. Right,